It's like you forget your time, you forget the place.
It's definitely not what I expected it to be.
I'm having a very different experience, I would say, than my normal life.
There's a wonderful scenery.
I think that if we can bring children and adults into the state of flow in the outdoor environment, it can have a very positive impact.
It's actually so good. Like, I don't know. It's definitely not what I expected it to be, because I wasn't sure what to expect coming here, especially since it's like kind of outdoor education. So it's a bit of a unique one. So like what I just said to myself is that I'll just keep an open mind and I'll just kind of go with the flow. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been so good. Like,
Very unusual. That's where we are. With a very beautiful lake. Very cold and beautiful lake that is very good for rock skipping competitions. Mountains, snow-capped mountains. No one else around, which is, I think, wonderful. So we can focus on our own group.
Nice to see that most of the people are really enjoying the process, you know, like you can feel that people want to teach you some stuff, you know, like share their own expertise and their own experiences. And yeah, I think we are a group with multiple skills but still with the same attitude of let's go, let's enjoy.
Every time we are here, we are in a kind of a bubble in the group, so it's kind of magic, all the way it's working. We have our community night, then you share so many things with all these people, and before going to bed you speak about what you have done during the day and what did you like. I really like it because there are so many, like it's not that everybody's from Germany and then we are all from Ireland, like everybody's from everywhere. It's crazy, it's so cool. And also because some of them are from Lisbon, others from Ukraine, others from Russia, I'm from Spain, so it's like everybody's sharing something and all of us have so many different stories, but at the same time we have something in common, and it's that we love the outdoor training, we love the knowing more migrants, we love these kind of things. So I like the feeling.
You get to learn so much from different sources, and you're exposed to different cultures as well. Like here, I think in Iceland, it's such a nice place. There's a lot of cultures meeting together, and like even if you take into account this weather right now, like we see how everybody deals with that. So I think it's just very cool. I really like it.
Sitting here with this group today, and at the end of the day, what I said also to the group is, it's amazing how a group like this from 12 different nations with 12 different backgrounds, they have probably never met each other before, and they come to a result like this. They cooperated, they work together with such a big amount of respect for each other. I think many adults can take an example of that. The amount of respect that they have for each other, for themselves, for nature, for culture, intercultural respect is amazing, and that gives me a warm feeling. And I hope more people will get aware of this and make life more complicated than it already is.
This experience is so intense. I wasn't imagining that it was gonna be so, like, to get close to people so quick. At the same time, it's maybe because you don't know if you're gonna see them again or not. So you just start sharing your experiences and you start telling your life story to another person. And when you open to somebody, that person opens to you as well. So then it's so cool because also sometimes you think that maybe somebody's had an easy life, a normal life, and they didn't have it. And you start going more in deep, and it's like, okay, I just know you for 2 days, but know more of my story, more of my life, more of me than maybe people who knows me from 10 years ago.
There was quite casual conversations, but there was also conversations where you're getting deep, like getting to know each other, getting to know everyone's personal life at home, getting to know why you're here, what you like, and then we were also talking about like different ideas we had or what we were thinking we were going to be doing on the trip.
Yeah, so let's say for today, definitely, we were a bit more outdoors and actually focusing on like team building exercises. So with every single activity that we did, we kind of really had to trust each other, but also communicate and actually just, work on different problems and trying to come up with solutions. Because what we kind of like found is that with everything that we did is that communication was a bit of an issue sometimes. So we kind of had to like regroup and actually like really listen to what everyone is saying and just trying to, find some common ground, because everyone has different approaches to how they want to solve a problem. But we just need to find, something common that people would agree with and actually just be open to what everyone is saying.
And I think that happened in Ullestad. We really managed to be in the zone of learning and doing some activities.
How to make it an interesting learning opportunity or just opportunity at all. How to bring that to people. I think this is what I want to learn here. Learning from the stories of participants, trainers, really makes me want to integrate that into the work we do.
Is that usually like with everything that I do, I just sometimes jump into like different positions, like maybe even a bit too much and not give people a chance. For this one, I was just saying that maybe I just need to kind of take a step back and actually listen to what other people are saying and their kind of approach to different problems. So that way I'm just learning just by taking a step back and actually observing a bit more than, say, I usually would.
I don't know how to say, but all the project has been really good. I really like the activity based, like learning hard skills, soft skills, with then the more free part of just going to explore the nature around. I think it's a perfect combination. And still we are learning all these hard skills and soft skills in complete nature when we just go like to the middle of the forest, like yesterday when we had to do the GPS, it's like walk 250 meters and walking, and it's so nice to be in such an open space and very free and peaceful also. Like we hear 1-2 cars a day, but I mean comparing to the city life, this is so peaceful. The silence is really something that I appreciate.
I love it because I was gonna say it's well organized. It's improvised, but just in a good way. We have some freedom, we have some opportunity to bring stuff up. So I've really enjoyed everything. I think in 2 days I've already seen so much. So I'm super grateful.
I'm feeling very happy, satisfied. Because when you go in a training like this, as a trainer, you're always curious. You come up with a plan, and when you work with people, you never know how they adapt with the plan and how they react on that plan that you have in mind, that you thought of behind your desk far away in the Netherlands. And here in Iceland, other situations, new people from many different countries with many different backgrounds. And this group really showed up as a very proactive group, and that makes me happy.
And I'm happy that we are here and that we experience this kind of crazy adaptation all the time, because that was also kind of the feeling during the organizing part. Was like we were still figuring out stuff while doing it, because we had local people and then people from different places, and we had no idea really what was going to happen, right? Because we don't know the setting, we don't know how the activities would play out in this type of setting, how the weather would play in this context. So my perception was, let's see, like we are prepared for everything, we have backup plans, we have good skills in terms of communication, we trust each other, and that's enough to go, and now let's adapt constantly to what we have and the people that we have. And that's, I think, the most important.
But I like when we can adapt to the situation, to the group. I think the trainers here have some experience and they know how to deal with that. If they see that some exercise workshops wouldn't work, they will just change and find another thing that is more suited to the group. I think it's really nice to work that way, yeah.
There's always a chance that a plan doesn't work. And then you need to have a plan B. But I wasn't really worried because I saw the energy in this group and the vibe in this group that was very positive. Although we had long days outside, it was maybe sometimes cold for some of them, but they kept on going and kept on going. And I think we had a good a mixture of different activities, what kept them sharp. Theory, activities on the spot, and some hikes, and we went out, and I think it worked very well.
This project has taught me that you can adapt anything to learning. We're doing all these training courses to teach adults how to adapt things. Or we're teaching adults how to look at these different, like hiking as a thing of learning, a method of learning. We're teaching adults how to use like team building, and we have like a balance board, and we are like standing on this balance board, and it's people are like moving around and it's shifting, and it's a bit of fun, but it's also a learning process for adults. But why can't it be a learning process for kids, kind of thing?
Yeah, I think something I learned here and I really want to implement is this group activities, like forming different shapes with the rope, which was quite challenging, and it teaches you a lot. Depending on the program, maybe also, yes, survival skills, fire starting, rope skills that we will learn, hopefully. So stuff like that.
This week it's more about diving deeper into the outdoor education background. It's not just, okay, what are we doing? It's why we're doing it. What does this mean? How can we interpret this? How can we bring this forward into our lives back at home with different groups?
When we do this exercises with the rope and trying to make a shape out of with one rope, it really, I feel for me, the learning point was to see these different roles in the group and also reflect on myself. Who am I and how to try to play different roles and see how the group dynamic goes. You see other roles, and I feel that it really helps as a trainer to be aware of this and how to navigate the group dynamics. But that was very interesting. And that's, you can see how different the mood of the group is depending on what kind of roles are present, I guess.
I felt focused on myself with my experience, and I felt that it was nice to be in a group, but I didn't feel the need to be in a group. Like, I think it was nice in a way that everyone could just focus on themselves. Maybe that's something that was lacking also a bit from everyone, but like we were not so much looking back. Like, also it relates to what Carrie said, that we are supposed to look back, especially on hikes like that. But I really enjoyed it. Like, my experience was very good.
There's been so much in it. I feel like it's been a very packed week, and it might take me a month to unpack the learning in it, and then a lot of the experience as well. And then just personally, a lot of the experiences were like, amazing for me, like things that I wouldn't ever have thought that I would have got to see, and that, so.
Of the unknown opportunities they have in themselves, personally and as a group. I use it as a tool for personal growth, individual coaching and training, etc., but also for group development, as in Netherlands, but also in India and many other countries. That convinces me that this tool works, and if I can make people more aware of what I said before, there are unknown opportunities and possibilities by using the outdoors and make them surprised of it, then my mission is completed. And what I said to the group also, if they go home after a training with more questions than answers, then there's something happening.
So, in my understanding, outdoor and outdoor education and outdoor activities are very interesting tool for integration. Basically, outdoor education develops a very range of skill sets, right? Of hard and soft skills. Hard skills of navigation, hard skills of planning, decision making, and also hard skills of making a fire, some survival skills, and also it is interconnected with nature exposure, being united with the nature and feel like at home even at nature. So, and besides that, there is also a set of soft skills of collaboration, communication, and like mental well-being in general, like feeling good. I think there is something with hormones when you're under the sun, when you're surrounded by the nature, and by this quietness, you're learning how to relax, and you're learning how to give the stress away. And in this sense, I think, as many other migrants, I personally, when I moved to another country, experienced a lot the stress and anxiety of dealing with uncertainties and dealing with the challenges around. And I needed to learn how to navigate through the society and through the complexities. And I needed to learn how to work and deal with different people, with a range of different people. And in this sense, it was, I think there is a clear line between experiencing a certain mini situation during the hike, or like where your group tries to decide where to set up a tent, and a real life problems like how to organize a certain event. You will definitely, as a person, meet several opinions which you need to deal with, and you need to listen to these opinions and then find a compromise that would benefit the overall results and the group itself, and not only focus on your perspective that this tent must be here and this event must be done in this particular way. So I think this parallel is very clear for me, and I think these mini situations that we experience, we can be very helpful on a broader scale of everyday problems.
I hope that we who are working with young people in difficult situations, that we will see more and more that we will be more successful when we go out. Especially the first step is going out of institutions to deal with young people in difficult situations. Then the second step is going outside, out of the box, letting people find themselves in the nature. Here in this project, we had participants who had never been hiking. They had never been in the nature. They have never realized the view all over. So that gives them a strengthening. Outside, you learn in another way. You don't have this box which you are trying to fit in, but you will never fit. So therefore, being outside, you always find a place for yourself.
I think it's been an amazing opportunity, because if you think of the outdoors at home, you might just be working with certain groups around you, whereas hearing about everyone's interpretation of the outdoors in their own countries can be completely different, or there's similarities, because outdoors is outdoors no matter, as I said earlier on, what country you're in, what nationality you're from. So I think it's a really lovely thing hearing about everyone's different experiences, whether you have years and years of experience or whether this is your first time, really immersing yourself in it.
People live in the city, they have their daily routine, daily job, and they don't even know that nature is so close to them. So if we have opportunities to bring people more closer to the nature, it's great.
Like, I think sometimes I spend more time indoors. Like, let's say if it's raining, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go outside anymore. I'll just wait for the weather to get better. But in Ireland, that's not always the case. So then I'm always like, yeah, no, like, whenever it's sunny, that'll be like 2 weeks when it's sunny. So I just find myself staying indoors. But I always like to go outdoors whenever I can and I have an opportunity to. I just think it's really relaxing and healing as well.
It's rough, like if you have a choice between being at home chilling and whatnot, like you're gonna choose that. At least I think it's a mentality problem. I think Like, it has to do with the comfort zone for me as well, and there's this kind of stupid fear. I know it's stupid, but at the same time I feel like it's justified. And some kind of anxieties as well, that what if I go out and it's just gonna be cold, and I will not go far, so it's just gonna be a waste of time. And in these 20 minutes I can do other nicer things. So it's just like a bit of this, like, what if, you know.
But I think living quite close to the city does have its restrictions, especially around transport and stuff. But whenever I can, I am outside. I think it's so great. I do encourage everyone in my life to try it.
I'm more of a city person, but I've always seen being a city person as a good thing that I really enjoyed. Like, I wouldn't miss, like, oh, let's go for a hike, you know. And I think with also a different context that I'm living now in Germany, where hikes is very much part of the culture, it's also learning how to integrate, you know. It's a new skill of, okay, why do people like this? And I'm starting to realize why, you know, like, it's so, you get really in touch with yourself, with your feelings, with your emotions, with the nature surrounding you. You feel small, and I've always liked the feeling of feeling small, but in big crowds, you know. I like this feeling, but now I realize that you can also have this feeling just in complete wild life, you know, like in the nature.
Personally, I think when someone mentions the city, I think of the loudness and the confinement part of it, and the busyness. And sometimes that can be good, but sometimes it's lovely just to unwind and just to really take in the silence. But the thing with the silence outdoors is it's not deafening. You can hear the sounds around you. You can hear the wind like you can now. You can hear the nature. You can hear the trees. It's not just you alone in a room or hearing people, you know, chatting loudly around you. It's a different sort of sound. I think it's a lot more freeing.
I know it's a bit contradicting, but I love be alone. So I love actually do hiking alone and just lose myself on the beauty of the surrounding.
Not too many times I have been on my own. I was part of a scout group, and we were a really tight one. And many of my friends today are which I knew in my scout group. And we have a lot of memories and outdoor adventures and abroad and together. And then I also joined here. The rescue team is like voluntary. So that's also with the group. And then so I think I like it to share with others. But maybe in the future I will have more opportunities to go by myself. Now I always also have my family.
It's just, it makes you happy. Like, I was happy before. It's not like I wasn't, but I don't know, you connect with a part of yourself that you have kind of forgotten. And it's really nice because you start feeling more safe and more you and more real. And yeah, it's like all maybe if you are shy or embarrassed about, I don't know, whatever, your pronunciation because your English is not so good or whatever, you just forget all that and you feel yourself and just start speaking and being more communicative, I guess, and opening yourself to the others. Just really supported by the group all the time. Like every time I was feeling in panic, for example, when we were doing the fire and I wasn't able to do it, I just look around and there was always somebody able to help me out, or even people were looking for me. Like, for example, when we were doing the knots, I was getting really frustrated. And, well, you saw me. I think that you have a video of myself in that moment. I couldn't even hear anybody. I was just so focused, like, I need to finish this. But Joel saw me and he came straight away just to explain me, like, oh, don't worry, you do this that way. And he finally helped me. I didn't even notice that I needed help in that moment. I was just so into, like, I can do it, I can manage myself. But no, I couldn't. And he saw me, he came, he taught me, and I finally learned how to do it. So that was so good to feel that others are looking out for you.
I like to be alone, but that is a problem. Like at the end, we are social people, so we need to have interaction with people with different backgrounds, with different stories, and even just analyze what's the difference between peoples. And sometimes you get an answer of and solutions from stuff that you didn't thought that somebody else could actually go through at the same time.
So I just believe in outdoor education. I think it is perfect for people who don't fix in a box, because most of us don't.
Everyone say inside out. Inside out.